Netcasts you love.
From people you trust.
This is Twit.
Bandwidth for FourCast is provided by Cachefly at CACHEFLY.com. This episode of FourCast is brought to you by Ford, featuring Wi-Fi connectivity with available sync and My Ford Touch. Now your car can be a Wi-Fi hotspot. Check it out in the new 2012 Ford Focus and at Ford.com/technology. And by Netflix. Watch thousands of TV episodes and movies on your PC, Mac, iPad, iPhone, or TV instantly, all streamed directly to you, saving you time, money, and hassle. For your free 30-day trial, go to netflix.com/twit.
What sort of future do you think we're heading for? How will we live as we slip into the 21st century?
Welcome to FourCast, episode 96. I'm Tom Merritt.
And I'm Scott Johnson.
And this is a very special frog pantsy episode of FourCast.
You know, it is. I can sort of smell it. It's there are people here
I smell
who
the frog pants too.
One of us here, or one of the folks with us, is a returning guest, our second in history of FourCast, and the other is a brand new guest. Yet we are all brothers in arms, really, Tom.
Well, let's start with the arms to my left, Mr. Willie Gregory, a.k.a. Dills, host of The Instance with Scott Johnson, Hard Edition, Torture Cast, the MGA Mediocast, co-founder of the MGA, Giants fan. But I'll forgive that. Students and dude. Dills, how's it going? It's good to have you on the show, man.
I'm doing well. Thank you guys for having me. I pride myself on my ability to predict the future. So finally I get to let everybody else know how talented I am at this.
All right.
Excellent. Well, we're looking forward to seeing it as well. Our other guest was on episodes 23, 24, and 25, which was also a very frog pantsy episode. That was back before we were on the Twit Network, so we actually split every conversation into 3 episodes. He was on with Hawkito, Eric Van Skyhawk, but he's back. Len Peralta was the first return guest. The second, Brian Dunaway.
Dang it. Lynn always beats me. All right, that's fine. You know what? I know why you had me back. My first predictions were so off. You know, you had to give me a second chance. So
I can't remember what you did. What was your short term? Do you remember your short term so we can kind of see how you did?
Something about Slee Stacks taking over the world in the first 10 years. It was bad. It was not good predictions.
Slee Stacks. Okay.
All right.
Yeah, well, we'll give you a second chance, Brian.
Thank you.
You and Harold Camping just cannot get it right, dude. Nice job.
But Brian, you should know, is a cartoonist, podcaster, programmer, co-host of Film Sack with Scott Johnson, Comics Coast to Coast at comicscoasttocoast.com. So thanks for being on, Brian.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it.
Again.
Thank you, Tom.
Yeah. Let's take a prediction from one of our listeners. Here it comes, except I forgot to paste in who it's from, but I can figure that out really quickly. I think.
If only
there were a way.
Some kind of technology that would allow us in the future.
Right. Some kind of keystroke that would let us copy and then paste.
If only I could find it. Oh, it's David. See, now, people, when you email us, fourcastpodcast@gmail.com, we want your emails. We need your emails, but you have to sign them, because if you just have your name in the email address, I will do this. I will forget to copy it over, and then you'll delay the show.
Yeah, perfect.
It's your fault, not mine. All right, David says, thanks for the show. I really enjoy it. Now I feel bad. Here's a short-term prediction. I wonder what you think of. We know Google already has cars that can drive themselves. I predict that the job of pizza delivery driver will be obsolete in 10 years. The pizza will be delivered by a hybrid of electric motorcycle for roads and detachable Segway-like mobile pizza box holder thingy for walkways and the approach to your door. The initial designs will be as lightweight as possible, both for energy and to reduce damage in case of an accident due to the occasional pissed-off ex-pizza delivery driver. Anyway, I hope you enjoy the prediction.
So complete automation, though, he's talking about here, right? Like, there's no dude there. It's just a machine bringing the pizza to you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I like the idea, but it has one bad flaw, and that's the thing that vending machines found out early on. You can't trust people. You cannot trust people. You send a little bitty, frail, little robot dude to deliver pizzas, that thing is going to get jacked.
That's a good point.
So it needs to come with weapons.
Yeah, it has to come with weapons. Exactly.
Some of those.
Tom
It needs to be
Selleck
like
kind
it needs
of-
to be like freaking like Johnny Cab, and it needs to be more armored and have some sort of self-defense mechanism. You know, like all that stuff would work. What do you think, Dills? How do you want your pizza brought to your house? Robot or man?
I just think it'll be funny the first time I try to order my pizza with sardines and it says, "Did you mean Charlene?" And I'll be like, no. Google pizza delivery guy. No, I meant sardines.
Series pizza? Is that what you're looking for?
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
I'm sorry,
Right.
Dills. I cannot open that application for you.
Charlene will not
Stupid
fit
Siri.
in our pizza delivery robot box.
This is
of your
great.
pizza
This is a
may
good
arrive
one, and
separately.
I'm all about automated fast food. So, David, if you're listening, may your dreams come true. And honestly, I really actually agree with his prediction. I think that a lot of this sort of stuff will become automated until we get to the point where we can teleport food around. There's going to have to be a middle ground, and that middle ground, I believe, will be more automated, less human-involved ways of getting your stuff. And that may mean an intricate construction of tubing to everyone's house where everything's sort of sent like a bank teller, you know, and like some sort of tube to you.
Style.
Yeah, I would like that a lot. But we'll see, David. Great email, though.
That'll
Vacuum tubes.
Can you imagine all of the complaints? I mean, we can't even put up windmills. I can have big tubes everywhere sending food. I don't see that happening.
All right, send your forecast to forecastpodcast@gmail.com or post them right up on our blog, forecastpodcast.com. Thanks, Dave. Appreciate the prediction. Let's move on to our short-term predictions. And these are things you think will happen sooner rather than later, maybe in the next few years. Brian's he's done this before. So we'll start with you, Dills. What is in your short-term future?
I got a couple of them that are kind of related. You know, everyone's talking about 2012. And the end of the world. And, you know, I remember when Y2K was happening, and it was a big deal for everybody. And I was really into it. I thought for sure that 2-digit years were going to be the end of the world. But my prediction is the Mayan calendar will end on October 28th, 2011, but the world will not end. Instead, the world of goo will end as I will finally beat the final level and learn the fate of the goo balls. And I also got one more.
So this other one relates to this one. I cannot wait to hear this. Go on.
I got one more about the end of the world because it's something that's on my mind quite a bit. Also, on December 21st, 2012, Christ will not return. But instead, a guy named Chris will finally get home from a long day of work, only to find his roommate drank all the beer in the fridge, at which time his roommate's world will end.
It's Chris's return.
Chris's return.
This is great. It's like the April Fool's edition of FourCast. But here's let me throw this at you there, Dills.
All right.
I just want to throw this out. Let's say the calendar is correct, that it really is the end of the world, that there won't be a day after.
Yes.
What are you going to, let's just say that notion's in your head. What are you going to do to prepare? Anything? Nothing? Wait for it to come? Party like it's no tomorrow? Clean up your act? What?
I always treat every day like it's my last. So, you know, I live in a bunker. As you can see, I don't have a lot of light around me right now. I actually think somebody
Nice acoustic
complained
guitar
about it
for
in
the
the
end
chat
of
room.
times, though.
Yeah, the guitar's
Yeah,
good.
I mean, yeah, the guitar in the background, you never know. You might need to play a little serenade
And a
as
lint
the world
remover.
ends. And it's a great way to get chicks. I mean, once we come back and we try to repopulate the Earth, it's the guy with the acoustic guitar who's going to get them all.
And
I
the
mean, you've
lint
been to
remover.
parties, right?
Yeah.
Plus, you can
So-
write great songs and tell everybody about FourCast and the great time that was Twit TV.
Yeah, exactly. It'll
incredible.
be like in the before times, long ago, we had Twit TV. And, yeah,
The
so
before times.
I will prepare just by, I don't know, maybe an extra layer of clothing.
That's
I
wow.
think.
Layering is smart. Yeah.
That's really smart.
Yeah.
Brian Dunaway, what are you going to do to prepare for the final days?
Well, I also like to live every day to its fullest. So, like every day is my last day. So, every day ends the day with a sundae from McDonald's. And that's almost a guarantee way to make sure that it's your last day every day.
So every day is Sunday for you.
Yeah.
every day's
And the
Sunday.
McRib's back. You hear about that? The McRib can be found at various McDonald's establishments, and you have a very specific experience with the McRib, if you recall.
Yes, if you really want to talk about the future, let's talk about the McRib. I mean, that is the future of food. I'm waiting for my McRib pizza.
Did you know that the McRib is sold year-round in Germany?
Oh my gosh.
I'm not surprised. I knew there had to be some location that they were, because they can't just like turn on the plant and turn off the plant for McRibs. Those things have to go somewhere.
Well, certain franchises in the U.S. sell it year-round, but it's on an individual basis. But then 3 weeks out of every year, McDonald's decides to make a nationwide push with the McRib. Because it doesn't sell well enough when it's always available. So they make a big deal out of it, like a special occasion.
They do. Have you ever had the Shamrock Shake?
Yep.
That's not always real. I am waiting for the time period to line up. And this is the true end of the world. When the time period lines up that the Shamrock Shake and the McRib, I can purchase them at the same time and consume them.
In Germany on St. Patrick's Day.
The worst idea ever. Yeah. That's a terrible idea. But do they call them something different in Germany? Is it like Zerrib instead of McRib, or is it something else? Like, do they just call it the McRib?
Rib?
Der Rib.
Der Rib.
Yeah. Das Rib.
So.
Das Rib. That's even better.
Somebody in Germany in the chat room will enlighten us, I have a feeling. But Brian, last time you were on the show, you made a prediction about intelligent people reinventing the home appliance.
I did indeed. We were seeing a decline in people going out as much. So, of course, a safe guess would be that people would be staying at home more and working in their houses and looking for more convenience, such as smarter appliances that would afford you that. Right now, the economy is so bad, I don't know that we're focused on anything other than trying to get more jobs. And so I think the first thing we're going to build is a robot to destroy all the robots we built for manufacturing. So we're going to do that first.
This is your short-term prediction? We're going to build robots?
This is my short. This is next week.
Okay.
This is next week. We're going to start
getting it all down.
Robots that are going to destroy the robots we built so far that took away our jobs. We were foolish.
Wow.
I don't know what was thinking.
What powers is this robot going to have that's going to allow it to kill all the other robots? I mean, it's got to be like Blade, right? Like,
not really. Have you seen the current line of robots that manufacture stuff? They're not very smart. They are very strong, but really all they need is a little clippers and just clip off the power cables, and that's pretty much all you need.
Just the robot with a finger that can turn the other robots off.
Yes. Just to turn the other robots. They just come by and they pushes a button.
So just a switch flipper really is what you're looking for. Maybe just Brian Dunaway in a like a cat burglar outfit. Man, maybe that's
really repurpose those robots they use like in Runaway, where they send in the little robots. We could really repurpose those from and just have that, just control them, go in, like a little bomb thing, and turn it off. I think it's the way of the future. Now, on a more serious note, I do believe.
Oh wait, that wasn't serious. Damn it! All right,
it sounded pretty serious to me.
That felt pretty serious. Yeah.
Seriously, though, I really see in the next between now and the next 3 years, I really believe we're going to see a video social networking really blossom and bloom as we've seen so much everywhere else. It's going to be kind of like a visceral book or something. Don't take that name. That's my name. And I believe
visceral book. You can have that name.
Visceral book.
Yeah, you got it.
It sounds like viscera. It's like a book of organs.
Right.
Probably so. I don't know. Anyway, I think video social networking is really gonna replace what we have now, which is I don't know. I've been predicting this for a while. It seems like the internet is still very static in a lot of ways.
We still have, but we still have. I mean, we have that stuff now, so I can get on soon. I'll be able to use Facebook in that way. We're all using Skype if we want. We can use other services, Ustream, Justin TV, whatever. We can do a lot of sort of broadcast style stuff, or we can do a lot of point-to-point stuff. Phones now have direct video conferencing. What will be different about your utopian future?
It'll be a lot more. It'll be a lot easier and a lot more social. Right now, everything is kind of hodgepodge and patched. I think one company is going to come in and they're going to see it and they're going to do something clever and they're going to capture the imagination of the young people of this country. And I think that's what's going to happen.
Oh. The video sexting industry, Tom, it's going to be outrageous.
On Google Hangouts.
Huge.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Google
huge.
Hangouts.
Yeah.
Actually, maybe it will be Google. Maybe Hangouts are a sign of that. I don't know. They seem like they're pushing that direction, certainly adding, the ability for people to host more and more people together. But I don't know if I want this future. I don't know if that makes me, I'm getting old and I think that's crazy. But I don't want, that much video. I like the anonymity that I can just send a quick message to somebody. I can just, get off what I need to say and be done.
Well, that's because you mostly don't wear clothes until we do the show.
Well, I'm not even wearing pants now, so I don't want to go that much further and have video. I mean, social networking right now involves, okay, in all seriousness, we hop onto Facebook or we hop onto Google Plus or Twitter and we make this quick cursory glance at what everybody else is saying, and we post something. Oh, I've got this photo to put up or whatever, and it's all very not passive, but it's like a quick thing. It's like fast food for your brain, just boom, 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 and then get out. With video, you got okay, where's the camera? Okay, cool. And even if that becomes so ubiquitous that it's everywhere, it just seems like it's more work than you'd want it to be. I'm reminded of Aliens. Well, it is, but I'm reminded of Aliens when Paul Reiser got woken up by Ripley. Remember that? Like the way the future phones work, it's like they don't even warn you. There's no ring. It's just suddenly Paul Reiser's standing there all blurry-eyed with his shirt off. You know, she got him, straight in his worst condition. If we're willing to accept that of ourselves and each other, then maybe your future of video is correct, but it still seems like I will not want to participate.
I feel like we're moving farther away from video chatting, to be honest. Like, I never call anybody anymore. I just text people. And that's fairly common. I mean, I'm back in college right now hanging out with the future generation. And nobody calls anybody. Everybody texts everybody all the time. And I think that's where we're going. We're going towards, I can decide exactly what I want to tell you, and there's no chance that you will hear anything in the background, see anything in the background. I think more and more people want to create the illusion of whatever it is they want to tell you, you know?
Interesting.
Yeah. You do. Yeah. I do sometimes wish that my phone had a plan, or there was a plan for my phone where I just did data. That's all I did on a 3G network. I don't really call people that often. I mean, it's occasionally nice. If Tom needs to call me, I'd like to, Tom, it's Tom, I'm going to answer this. But I screen just like everything. And if it's not somebody who's in my immediate sort of circle or a Frog Pants person or something like that, I kind of go, and not get it. And I feel like we're doing that more and more and more, and we want stuff in quick bites. So the video thing would have to be, you know what, maybe this is the answer, Brian. We have a video system or a system that is avatar based. So
there you go.
We're on video, but it's smart enough, quick enough to render whatever it is, whatever skin we want in real time. And I'll be a warrior, and you'll be Snoopy, and Dills will be a pickle, and Tom will be a tall, distinguished gentleman with a mustache
really,
or
Dill's
whatever.
Gonna be a pickle.
No. I'm going to be a giant pair of boobs. That's what I'm going to be.
Okay, perfect.
Really?
Every time you call
That's
me.
the best you got?
So I really should invest into mo-capture. Then I should really look at like motion capture suits and that kind of thing. Okay.
I think plenty of people want to do real video chat. I think it's like Twitter. A lot of people don't want to do Twitter. They don't get it. They don't understand it. But there's enough people that do that it works. And so I kind of think the video chat will be like that. But I think I think you're onto something with the avatar, though. I think that'll be an option.
Like
is that people are like, but I don't even want to hide my appearance. I just want to enhance it. I want to look different. I want to be a big pickle.
It seems like we already do that. We do this already with our other social networks, with forums, with Facebook, even with other stuff. We don't always put my Twitter account as a cartoon of the Flash that I did, and that's not me. So whatever mood I'm in, I'd like to go, okay, boop, I'm a Smurf for 10 minutes or whatever it is I want to be. I think that would actually be a pretty good gateway drug for teenagers and anybody else who makes this stuff fly.
Smurf for 10 minutes is my Alvin and the Chipmunks cover band.
I think one thing's for sure. In this future, Andy Serkis will have plenty of work.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
There'll
exactly.
be quite a bit of motion capture available for him. And so, yeah, we can all feel safe in the knowledge that he's going to live a long, full life.
Hey, Tony, do you have my screen up? No? We should always have my screen up every time, because I have the screen of the German McDonald's website sent to me by somebody in the chat room.
Nice.
In Germany, they call it McRib.
You're kidding. Not
Did not
Das
see that
Rib
coming.
or
Maybe it's good we don't have the screen, because that's kind of disappointing.
Der Ribbenheimen? None of that?
No.
Okay.
Just McRib.
Oh, look at that. Wow.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the link as well, and it is the McRib. And you know what? Kind of want one right now. Not going to lie.
All right.
I know
Well,
that's gross.
you're not buying into my video social networking. How about modular Twinkie
Brian's
car?
been working on a new idea.
How about
All right,
that?
modular Twinkie
modular
car.
Twinkie cars. You can have Twinkie. And what happens is
The red
you could have
velvet
like
Twinkie?
each person could like fit in one, and then you could have multiple ones, and they could like stack. No,
Brian,
all right, fine.
Brian, why is your
Going with the
Twinkie
video thing,
brown?
then.
There is something to that. Is that a red velvet?
Why is your
This
Twinkie
red
brown?
velvet Twinkie.
Yeah, red velvet Twinkie.
Oh, they make that? Oh my gosh, they make that.
Yeah.
I never even heard of that.
There is no red nor velvet in it.
All right.
All right, let's take a quick break and thank our sponsor. This episode of FourCast brought to you by Ford. The latest technology from Ford Sync with My Ford Touch is integrated Wi-Fi. So essentially, you're driving around in a mobile hotspot now. The way it works, you either plug in a portable wireless access card. If you've got a USB access card for your laptop right now, that's all you need. You just take that, you plug it into your Ford, or if you've got a BlackBerry, actually, you can connect by Bluetooth. Then you connect up to 5 Wi-Fi-enabled devices. Now, not one for the driver, but everybody else in the car can have their laptops and their iPads and their headphones on, watching their movies, surfing the web, doing Twitter while you're driving down the road. It's like putting wheels on one of those MiFi type things. It's fantastic innovation that Ford keeps adding to their cars, all without an additional subscription or expense. Now, I like that part. You don't have to pay extra for it. Ford Sync with My Ford Touch featuring Wi-Fi connectivity is available in the 2012 Ford Focus. So go take a look at it right now. You can learn more about this and other technologies Ford is bringing to its vehicles at Ford.com/technology. And we thank them for their support of FourCast. Let's move on to the long-term predictoring. Brian's old long-term from the earlier episode was true space age, space flight for the masses. You holding to that, or you got a different long-term prediction?
No, that's not going to happen.
Okay.
No way.
All right.
What was I thinking? Yeah, that was like last year. No.
Yeah.
From now, all we're worried about is 100 years from now, at least here in the U.S., we're going to be back to having a king, and he's going to be an electronic king. And we're all going to have him hooked up to buttons so that we can vote how we want immediately.
That's not a king if you vote.
He's just a figurehead.
He's just a president.
That's what the queen is. She's just a figurehead. She doesn't actually do anything.
Well, this electronic king would actually do stuff.
No, just what we tell him to, which is not really anything because we'll all be, of course, cheating.
This is like dancing chicken.
Absolutely like dancing chicken.
But wait, who would control King Henry the 100th here? Who would actually have their
2000
their hand?
King Henry 2000.
And King Henry 2000. Who would control him?
For some reason, even in the year whatever 2000 seems to be like in the future. Anyway, who would control him? We would control him from an iPad app.
But wait, you say we, so let's break that down. We includes somebody who really wants to help farming get more subsidies. And then we is also some group of workers union on the East Coast. And it's also somebody who wants to legalize pot. And it's all these interests that we have now. That wouldn't go away. So how is that thing parsing all of us, pulling it in all these different directions? And it can't possibly achieve everyone's goals, right? So how do you rectify that?
Scott, you're asking for a rational answer to an irrational question, and I don't know that. If I knew that technology now, then it would be 100 years from now, Scott. Really,
right.
So let me just say, I think this is a less rational question. Will your electronic king actually enact any kind of legislation, or will there still be a government? And the electronic king is just sort of to lure the masses into feeling like they're having an effect on government, but it's really ineffective.
Exactly. He will represent the people, and we'll think he does, but of course everything will be corrupt, as it is, so often.
So it'll be just like now.
So
it'll be just like now, except we'll have a king.
Except with an electronic king.
And we'll get to feel like we're doing something, and there'll be some crazy vote option, and they'll explain it through some kind of electoral college or something like that, and we won't understand it, but we'll feel better.
Dills, how do you feel about having an electronic king?
I mean, how do we know Barack Obama's not a robot now? Do we know this for sure?
No.
Where
anybody tried to
are the
open him up and
papers
see what's going on?
certifying that he is human?
Okay, all right.
Why are they
Well,
hiding
I guess
them?
I'll feel better.
Yeah. You know what? It's interesting because if this was a technology the government got their hands on and they could convince us. See, there's two scenarios here. Brian's is, no, the king is a robot and we're all participating in its daily activity and it's out there and it's on the page and nobody has to wonder. Or there's the other more sinister way, which is they've got technology to replicate human behavior, facial movement, all the stuff that we now look at and kind of go, no, that doesn't look right. We've gotten to that point. Well, why would they even share that with us? They would have some sort of robot leader. This is the conspiracy in me talking. And that robot leader would have its, it would be pushed here and there by people who wanted, whatever their agenda was, pushed forward. and we would never even know. So Dills isn't all that far from the tree if our tree is a big conspiracy tree.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it is.
Yeah, conspiracies always come from trees.
Yeah. Everybody knows that.
Duh.
It's the logging lobby that makes it happen.
But what about, okay, how about this, Tom? I'm going to throw this at Tom. What if our
Throw
president
things at me.
is a robot, but it's because robots have gotten so smart that they have decided, well, wait, we're sentient beings now. We have rights. We have this. We have that. There's a
Then you're
robot
watching
rights
Battlestar
revolt.
Galactica.
Maybe.
So you're saying
A
the
little bit of-
robot just gets elected?
Yeah, that we literally vote for a robot at some point. It's a huge breakthrough. Finally, robots have broken that the titanium ceiling, they'll call it,
Right.
and will become a being that we could vote for, and it could make moral and strategic choices in war and peace and all of that. How would you feel if we were both old men at that time? What would you say
Sounds
about a
good to
robot
me.
president?
I'm not prejudiced against intelligence as long as it's freaking intelligent.
I think even robot politicians are not immune to the sex
Well,
scandal.
that's the
though. So it's
thing,
only
right?
a matter of time
It's not
before
about
we
don't
find out he's been tweeting out naked pictures of himself.
don't
His
vote for the
undercarriage.
robot. Vote for the policies.
That's
the way I
There you go.
Yeah. All right, let's move to you, Dills. Long-term predictions, more of the in 100 years we'll be in flying cars sort of thing. What do you have for us?
Yeah. I've got a specific one. 137 years from now, that's the year 2148, aliens will come to Earth and conquer our planet. And at first, this will seem pretty terrible. But then we're going to discover that the aliens actually have universal health care and pretty progressive views on prostitution and drug use. And at that point, the party will begin.
All right. All of your hopes and dreams in world politics come true.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, exactly.
So
yeah.
so Dills, if we get invaded, and that, by the way, if anyone listens to the show, we've heard a million alien invasion stories. I would like to hear, are they from you? So let's say they have these policies, but are they benevolent and want us to be part of the party, or are they horrible and evil and want to wipe us out, and they just want to party on this new resource-rich planet, although we'll probably be out of stuff by then, but let's assume we still have some things they want.
Well, no, I mean, they seem pretty horrible and evil, and they definitely do come and kill a lot of people. But the people that are left get to participate in that universal health care. And, I mean, it's alien health care. It's the best health care you can find. I mean, they've got all the technology you can imagine. They flew here from who knows where. So clearly they know how to cure, like, the mumps and stuff like that. But yeah, no, we will be able to be part of the party, because once they conquer us, it's going to be like what was that show with the alien cop and the other guy? What was it?
That was Alien.
Alien Nation, wasn't it?
Alien
Alien
Nation.
Nation.
Oh yeah, it's going to be just like Alien Nation. So there's going to be a buddy cop situation with an alien and a regular guy, and yeah, and then we're going to follow it on YouTube.
Real
Two
quick
guys
note about
who
that
don't
show.
agree, aren't in the same species, but have one thing in common: they hate crime.
Exactly.
I think I'm going to stand up and say I think Alien Nation had serious potential, and I would love a remake of that show. It was started as a movie, like a 2-hour
totally
movie, but
does.
the show was
Reimagining.
great because it asked real hard questions about what does it mean for an integrated society where the aliens are really the outcasts, and a little District 9 kind of vibe to it, although they weren't quite as alien as sort of the bug creatures or the prawns or whatever they call them. But it was that kind of idea, and I loved it. So let's bring that show back. That's all I want to say about that. Brian Dunaway. I have too many Brians.
Get your Brian straight.
Brian Huff, Brian, every other Brian. What do you say about aliens coming here? What do you hope? What are your dreams and hopes about
What do you
that?
think, Brian Seacrest?
Well, to be honest with you, I hope the aliens never come. Those bastards owe me money. No, I really, I do look forward to the aliens coming down. It'd be a whole new exciting world to, have them come down and show us how to cure the mumps, like Dills said. I think there's a cure for mumps, aren't there? I don't know.
There's got to be.
Maybe they're already here.
I just think I'm sick of the whole aliens come down and then they want to destroy everything.
You
and
want
mine our,
good
our
aliens.
planet. You know what I mean? Yeah. Let's get. We don't need Will Smith killing aliens. We need Will Smith, becoming the Fresh Prince of alien air, and and they raise him as their own, and he's got a sweet flat top, and you know what I mean? Like that's what we need.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
I'm with you on that. My favorite alien is Alf, so that's right on par. Yeah, it takes care of our cat problem. It's perfect.
Until you found out that the guy who played Alf was that dude in Waxwork. Oh, man.
That was wild. I love that.
Film Sack, Fridays on the feed. Film Sack, go check it out. Waxwork, worst thing ever made, and now I can't watch Alf anymore. But you make a good point. You know what? I'm all about aliens coming here. I'm about learning what their technology is. I'm about them sharing and us sharing back. I'm all about that sort of benevolent sort of relationship between us. What I don't want is for the death and the destruction and the burning and the yelling.
You're not for that.
Yeah.
No burning, no yelling.
You're against the
I'm pretty sure if they come, they're going to throw some blankets on us with some kind of alien pox that's going to kill us all.
Just as an ironic twist.
Yeah. You know what? They got the idea from us.
It's true.
Yeah.
Now, in every single alien invasion movie, we always tend to put ourselves in the position of we're so kind and we're so loving and we're so benevolent. I just don't see how we could think that about ourselves. Like, how arrogant are we that we think that we're that way, but other alien cultures out in the world or in the universe are not?
Well, I don't know
they're going to come down here and help.
Most alien invasion stories are like humans are corrupt, but we're powerless in the face of the aliens, and so we can't bond together to defeat them until we finally get pushed to the brink of extinction. That's what it seems like it usually is, isn't it?
Yeah, that's true. I think that's true. Yeah.
Because I want to see a movie where the aliens try to invade and it turns out they're really inept. And we just kick their ass.
They can't do anything right.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty amazing.
We could get invaded by the Paclids from Next Generation. That would be fantastic.
Right. Oh, that's funny.
They land and they're trying to shoot us with their photons and he doesn't know how to load it right and the guns jamming.
We just that'd be fantastic. Spaceship jack them and fly to their home planet and conquer it back.
See how you like it.
Yeah. All right, we have trailed into crazy ass territory throughout this entire show, so it is time to move on to our crazy ass predictions. And Dills, we'll start with you. One really far out there forecast. What do you have for us?
Well, so we're talking way in the future, right?
Yeah, like forever, like millions of years if you want, whatever you want.
All right. So sticking with my theme of end of world scenarios, everybody knows the sun will burn out. And I think the predictions are 5 billion years or so.
You just blew one person's mind. They're like, what? The sun will burn out.
Everybody knows this. In 5 billion years, the sun will burn out. But it will not destroy the Earth because we will have developed the technology needed to put giant halogen lights on Mars. So actually, no one's even really going to give a crap about the death of the sun. And instead, some dude's going to videotape it on his iPhone 9000 and we'll get 10 million views on YouTube. Now, Dills, so that will be pretty much the end of that.
You know about red giants, right?
Red giants?
Yeah. You know how the sun is going to expand in the end of its days and burn up everything like up to the asteroid belt?
Sure. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, does this put any kind of kink in your halogen lights on Mars plan? I'm just asking.
No, because we're also going to develop a giant reverse vacuum that's going to then push us away. We're going to throw a giant lasso around halogen lit up Mars, and everything will be fine.
Right, just wanted that clarification. Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Here's the thing. My real prediction about this, though, is that
I wouldn't want your prediction to be unbelievable.
5 billion years. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, the iPhone 9000. Will it have a better camera?
It's going to have Bluetooth 7.0. That's pretty much all that you're going to see on that one.
Wow.
Yeah. Triple camera on the bottom as well.
Will it have near field communication?
No, it will not. But you will be able to do some cool like fish eye lens stuff, and that'll be awesome. So
and you can take photos in 5D, Tom. 5D.
Exactly. New iPhone 9000 with true multitasking.
Finally.
All right, Brian. Let's move over to you. Is that it, Dills? Or
no, yeah, sure, that's it.
Scott, I don't know if I got your reaction to this actually.
I don't even know what to say. I mean, let me tell you what I got out of this prediction. I got out of it
on the Mars thing.
Tom is a guy. This is what I got. Tom is a guy who I just spent some time with him over the weekend, so it's been reinforced even more. He will bring up the most depressing true scientific fact possible, no matter what's going on. So the red star thing, I'd kind of forgotten about the red giant thing and just had hoped it wouldn't live to see that day. That is a terrible, terrible thing. The minute we see that happen, it's going to go, we won't even see it happen. But if we could see it happen, it'd be like this,
really
and just
slowly.
tear us all.
You'll see it coming.
It's so practical. On TNT today, I heard about, how we're all going to die and there's nothing you can do about it. I just want to throw Tom a bone and say, I appreciate the practical, pragmatic approach you have to all the things we get emotional
The
about.
depressing downerness that I bring.
Yeah, I like
if we want to get practical, really, apparently, as the Earth gets hotter and hotter before its ultimate demise, our oceans are going to evaporate, and there's going to be massive earthquakes. So we're not even going to get to that point anyway. So don't worry about that, Scott. You're all good.
We're going to come back after it has collapsed back into a brown dwarf and put the halogens on Mars, and it's going to be a much nicer place to live.
Exactly. Yeah, because now it's not going to be so bright. The sun is too bright.
Mood lighting.
That's the problem.
It's too bright. Sun.
Brian, before we
can't even look at it.
Before we get to your crazy ass prediction, any other comments on giant halogen lights on Mars?
I think it's a good idea.
I mean, think of the amount of weed we'll be able to grow here. It's going to be amazing.
I'm thinking either you do that or in the meantime, as the sun does slowly burn out, there'll be a short time there where we can ignite Jupiter, just burn that gas giant, and we'll get a little sun that way. So it'll be all right.
I just don't mean to interrupt, but Brian, you're wearing a different hat than you were a moment ago, and I just wanted to. Aren't you wearing something different than you were just like a reaction ago?
Scott,
I've had this on the whole time.
He looks the same.
I honestly thought he was. I thought he was wearing something different.
No.
What are you talking about?
He's wearing the same thing.
I don't know what you're talking about. Scotty's been wearing.
Scott, are you okay, man?
Yeah.
All right, I'm starting to see stuff.
I know
the
air is drier in Anaheim, but I think you should probably drink more water.
I think Brian. I thought what Brian was going to bring up was that the Occupy Jupiter movement, that 12.5% of the planets have 71% of the mass.
It's true. It is true.
Which is another reason
going
to
for a
burn up
total
Jupiter.
political theme tonight, but with the crazy predictions, we can go a little light on the politics.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
So you're
fair
not
enough.
pitching a tent on Jupiter to protest?
No.
So to speak.
No time soon. No.
Good. I'm glad you're not pitching a tent. Let's move on to crazy ass predictions for Brian Dunaway. Time frame doesn't matter. Just whatever you got in mind.
All right. Absolutely. Sure. I'm going to take a little hit off my Sharpie here so I can get in the mood for crazy ass predictions.
All right.
Sure. That's not the one.
All right.
Dills, that's not the one you use, right? Sharpie.
No.
Sharpie didn't do anything.
I'm thinking 3 trillion years from now. All right. Forget about the sun crap. Whatever. That's just a hiccup. All right. We'll all demand equal rights. Forget this. For time. Because we'll have mastered time travel by then, and we'll all have like a time grab. And we'll all get our own 5 minutes in time on the timeline. Our own time.
Well, what does that mean, though? Like you can go back and say, all right, well, I want the 5 minutes, I don't know, the 5 minutes where my first kid was born, or I want the 5 minutes where I was making out with Susie Von Dingleberry in high school or whatever.
Now you're talking.
Yeah, now we're talking Bill's language.
Yeah, right. I want the 5 minutes that surrounded what really happened to, Marilyn Monroe. If that's my 5 minutes, yeah.
Oh, I see. So
yeah.
So you're not even talking about stuff you experienced, maybe things that are just a big deal to you. So I want the 5 minutes where Wozniak and Jobs decided that the garage was the place to start their company or whatever.
Yeah.
Like
and
you want
can go
this
anywhere on the
important piece of
planet
time.
during that time. Do what you want to. We've locked down all the, the time. What do you call them? Another sniff of my Sharpie should help me.
Time locations.
where there's paradoxes. We've locked down all the time paradoxes. We've locked it down. We finally figured it out. Don't have to worry about none of that crap. You just get your own 5 minutes. You can do anything on the planet you want to. It won't affect anybody else. Nobody.
This may be one of my favorite
like
predictions.
Our own quantum leap is what you're saying.
Yeah.
We get to just quantum leap into anybody's situation. Are you talking like go into their body and live? 5
No,
minutes?
you'll still be you. It'll be 5 minutes looped constantly.
Okay. Can I get 10 minutes?
Yeah.
So
If
everyone has a right to 1 5 minute loop. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, that's right. You get 1 5 minute loop. That's all you get.
That's all you get.
You can't sell your 5 minute loop on eBay.
It's not transferable.
It's non-transferable.
Okay. Who's doling this out, Brian? Who's giving them out?
Time Commission.
I am. The monkey hat.
Yeah,
Monkey
Hat's
Robot
giving
King.
them out.
John Claude Van is brought to the future to decide who gets the time.
Who is John Claude Damme? Who is that?
John Claude Van Damme.
There you go.
The marker
John
down.
Claude Damme.
Yeah, he started to call people funny names.
All right.
Yes,
So
put the
what is everyone
Sharpie
going to
down.
do with their 5 minutes then? I mean,
That's not my decision. It's like asking, what would you do with your 5 acres of land? I mean, you know,
okay.
it's yours. You do it.
Well, I'll tell you what I'm not doing with my 5 acres of land is watching it over and over for the rest of my life.
For the rest of your life.
I'm trying to
You got
figure
to
out.
be really careful with this choice. I mean, 5 minutes on a loop forever.
And if you don't hurry up, and you'll be all like poo-pooing it. You'll go, this is stupid. Then you'll realize all the good 5 minutes are taken up, and all you got's like Scott's firstborn, and you're like, I don't want that.
Oh man,
Scott might want that.
yeah, I'll take that. I'll trade you. You know that I don't know that time. You know, Brian threw up on a plane. How about you can take that back,
Yeah.
and I'll have my 1st kid
I'll
born.
Or you
that.
just have 5 minutes of someone taking the ACT. You know, that's all that's left.
Oh,
Like somebody you don't even know.
bottom
You
of
don't
the
have to-
barrel time use.
You don't have to stay in the same spot. You can go to wherever you want to.
Oh, okay. So you get the entire world.
Yeah.
Oh, so
anywhere you
I
want
see what you're saying. So the 5 minutes. So let's say it's the 5 minutes before JFK is shot.
to. Yeah.
I can be there
investigate.
watching that during the loop, but I can also go anywhere else I want
You
during
go
that
up in
loop.
the library, the book depository, the
Anywhere.
grassy knoll.
Grassy
China,
knoll, you
for
can
all I,
sit there
for
and
all I
watch it
care.
over and over
I could
again.
go. I could go to some African village and cook a frog while this is happening, right?
Totally. The only problem with it is wherever you need to be within that 5 minutes, you got to be real careful because things move, and you got hiccups. You know, you got jumps. So you can't jump on a plane and fly to Africa because you can't do it in 5 minutes.
Right, right. Well,
in,
where can
in
you?
3 trillion years, plane travel should be a lot faster, don't you think? I mean,
But you're going back in
But
time.
can't you just
Going back
But can
in
you
time.
just
Oh.
can you just not? Can't you just
Ew.
walk into your 5 minutes at any time, but then have the rest of your life happening outside of it somewhere? Like, can it be a room where the 5 minutes takes place, or a headset
No, we're
to wear?
no. We're totally, by this point in time, we're so sick of the social network. We hate each other so much. We just want to get away.
okay.
To our
just wanna get
loop.
and you won't affect it. So every time you go back, it'll play exactly the same way. You're not changing time.
Exactly. You're not changing time.
You're like
But you can go anywhere in the world.
Ebenezer Scrooge in A Christmas Carol. You're just kind of
Yes, that's the
wandering
comparison.
through.
Can't change squat.
Yeah.
But what if I'm Jake Gyllenhaal? Can I change it then?
No,
Oh.
hell no.
Did you
No
watch the
special
movie?
dispensations for Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yeah.
No special treatment for Gyllenhaal.
All right. And now, should we all pick our 5 minutes here before everybody
I
else
think
gets
so.
all
Before-
the good ones?
Before we move, yeah. What 5 minutes would you pick, Dills?
I think it's pretty easy for me. I'll pick that one time I hit a good shot in golf, and I'll just do that over and
Nice.
over again.
I just see what else happened in the world. You're like, I had a good shot.
No, I'm just going to do that over and
You're
over
just gonna
again.
go there.
Feels
You're not
really
even gonna explore.
Yeah.
All right.
good. Oh, man. Have you
I
ever
just
done
want
that? Have you ever
I
actually
just
hit a
want
good
5
shot?
minutes. I want 5 minutes at a park where nothing's happening. Really, I just want to be able to always have that park. Just chill out in the sun, birds singing, same thing every time.
And you're not going
Nothing
to
had
explore.
to
You're
happen,
not going to
just
explore
5
the
minutes.
rest of the world either. You're just going to sit in the park.
Yeah, just a
I
place
just
to relax.
want 5 minutes
same-
of quiet. Is that so much to ask?
I mean, in theory, lots of other interesting 5 minutes happen during those 5 minutes worldwide. So if I have the lay of the land to go anywhere I want, it may start there. But let's say that same 5 minutes, it turns out, I don't know, a plane was invented or whatever the other major things happen. It's a big world, lots of stuff going on. Somebody made some really good food in 5 minutes. I can eat in 5 minutes. I got it. That's the
I've
plan.
seen Scott eat. He can do it.
Yeah, you
I
can.
can put it away. Yeah.
Brian
I
Dunaway.
like it. I'd like to, I'd like to be there when they killed Hitler, so I could just go in your face. In
Or
your
tell
face.
if they really got him. Yeah.
You know what?
Or
Wait
if
a second. Wait for it. Okay, loop in your face.
Wow.
I think I'd probably pick sometime in the 40s just to wander around. I would use that whole world concept and just like wander around and watch people smoking Chesterfields and wearing
Yeah.
fedoras and driving black cars and just soak up the ambiance. I'd want to do some research and find like a particularly interesting 5 minutes in the 40s, probably post-war. Although there's some definite attraction to seeing what's happening in the war. Can you be killed in your?
Yeah,
in
what
your-
happens if you die?
Yeah,
in
well,
your 5 minutes.
Game over, man.
Yeah. Okay. So then I'm going to go
All right.
post
We
war.
figured out time travel. We ain't figured out how to live forever.
All right.
All right. Yeah, don't do 5 minutes in the middle of a war zone then.
Good.
Bad idea.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
This should be a movie. actually.
Yeah.
And if
Kinda
it was,
could be.
you might be able to watch it on Netflix, our other sponsor. If you want to get instant access to thousands of TV and episodes of movies, episodes of TV and episodes of movies? No. Episodes of TV and movies streaming directly to you. You can watch them. Action, adventure, sci-fi, classics, children's stuff. Lots of great kids stuff on there. Go to netflix.com/twit. Sign up for the 30-day free trial. You can watch them on your iPad. You can watch them on your Android device. You can watch them on your Xbox. You can watch them on your television app. There's so many ways to watch Netflix. It's a great value. It's actually the cheapest way to get streaming movies and TV shows. And their selection is improving all the time. So check them out if you already are a Netflix subscriber, or maybe you quit. Maybe you got mad at, and just said, you know what, I don't want Netflix for a while. You can sign back up again. Netflix.com/twit. We thank them for their support of FourCast. That leads us to 4 questions. Scott, do you have 4 questions?
I do. I think we have a total of 8. I have 4. You have 4.
4 as well, yeah.
This is a new thing for the show. We've never done this before.
That's why we call
we're
it
experimenting.
8cast.
Yeah, this is the 5 minutes you're going to want to loop people, so pay attention.
That's right.
These are 4 questions we're going to ask our guests. I'm asking Brian. I'm asking Dills. I'm asking Dills, and he has no chance to sit still. He has to answer quickly. He has to do it from the gut. He can't think too hard. These are rapid-fire style, baby. So here we go. Dills, he's sitting
I
comfortably.
really should have ate first.
No doubt.
I don't know if you've ever seen the show The Instance, but we stole this idea from them.
We totally did.
Yeah.
We completely stole it. A segment we no longer run, oddly enough. Here it is.
They
Dills,
weren't using it anymore. We figured, what's
right. When will hunters not have to worry about minimum range in World of Warcraft?
Oh, that's an easy one. Patch 5.0.
Yeah, but when? We want a release date. That's what I was trying
when?
to get.
Early 2013.
Perfect. Ooh, not
2013?
good. Actually, that's terrible.
Yeah.
Okay.
Better be mid.
Sorry,
better
guys.
be,
Sorry. Hate to break the bad news, but yeah.
Better not be that late. Who wins
no
in a
peace.
future fight? The San Francisco Giants or a herd of actual giants rampaging through San Francisco?
Well, it depends if we've been able to keep Tim Lincecum on the roster. If we have, future San Francisco Giants will always beat future actual Giants.
Zito's pitching.
Right.
Zito's pitching. Okay, future actual Giants are going to defeat us 15-2.
Okay. Oh, there's a score. That's great.
Yeah.
Number 3, will the guitar always be the most common band instrument? And if not, why?
Actually, no, the keytar will be the wave of the future because everything comes back around.
Yeah.
And we all know the keytar was the most fantastic instrument ever invented. And soon enough, we're going to combine that with the keyboard necktie. So you're going to have keytar necktie.
There you go.
You know, the keytar was really confusing growing up because we just said the word guitar.
Yeah.
Like a keytar, not a guitar.
No,
Like,
keytar.
What are you talking about?
Guitar players
when you
always
said
get the most action, though, by the way.
when you said guitar and necktie, it sounds like something I'd order at a fancy bar. I'd like a guitar and necktie, please.
On the
With a
rocks.
little garnish on top. Yeah.
Yes, indeed. Final question. In the future, man will live on the surface of the sun. Which do you choose to live in? Heat-resistant transparent domes or subsurface reinforced titanium pods?
Anytime I can have transparent domes, I'm always going to take that. I pretty much live in a transparent dome right now. And by the way, the sun's too bright. Did you guys know that? Sun's too bright. All right.
Fantastic. You have successfully navigated your way through 4 questions. Tom, I throw it over to you.
I need a drink of
Excellent.
water.
Thank you, Mr. Johnson. We now turn our attention to Brian Dunaway. Brian, are you sitting comfortably?
No, not actually. Hold on a
Good.
second. Oh,
Then
okay.
we'll begin. Do not stop and think. Just answer whatever comes to mind. It's for your association.
Oh, this is going to be
time.
easy. I never think.
Question number 1. Will airlines ever become pleasant to fly again?
Yes.
Why?
They will be, because they'll be, everybody will have their own plane. This is Future 101. Yeah.
Okay.
They'll be
Right.
totally comfortable. They'll be as big as you want. You can have a big, fat, king-size reclining airplane, of course.
King-size reclining airplane.
Yeah.
I'll take
Is
2.
The
Sure.
name,
Boeing's doing those now. I don't know if you heard.
it's the name of my Starship cover band. Question number 2. When will we get our first moon hotel?
I hear next week, but I think more realistically, about 20 years from now, is going to be a double tree, oddly enough, which there are no trees on the moon. But that's where I want to stay, so
Yeah.
I'm going for double tree.
Will they be able to give you the fresh hot cookies when you check in, like the DoubleTree does now?
If they can't, then I'm not going.
Will it have a swimming pool?
It has to have a swimming pool.
Okay, good.
Yeah,
in a crater, big old crater pool.
Crater pool.
Oddly enough, Wi-Fi is $12.99 a day. Weird.
You're right. An hour.
Yeah. Question number 3. Will we ever overcome the lag in communication caused by the distance between planets, and if so, how?
Get over the lag in this room. No, we will never be able to get over the lag that far away. Actually, yes, we will. Well, we can't travel faster than light, and it takes time. So, no, I don't see how we could.
Wormholes?
There. Wormholes, possibility. Get the reception, get it before it actually.
Really tiny wormholes, so you can't travel through them, but you could send radio communication.
That's interesting. They've actually done some research on that kind of stuff, going faster than light. So I guess it is a possibility. I don't think it'll happen within the next 600 years. No way.
All right.
Wow.
And question number 4. Will we live in significant numbers on the moon or under the oceans first? Which one will we live in first?
I definitely think that the ocean is underrated, and that's one of my predictions I was going to make tonight was about underwater living. I mean, I don't know why we're always so excited about getting to the moon. We've got so much real estate. Just merge ourselves with Kevin Costner, and we can go swim all we want.
Yep.
There's no
underwater Denver won't know what hit it. We can all go down there together. Yep. Actually, I love that. It comes up occasionally on the show. I love the idea of us doing that. Populating the bottom of the ocean sounds like a blast.
I don't think the whales and
unharvested Kevin Costner DNA too. So
yeah.
It's a no-brainer.
There's always just just find one of his hairs at a public bathroom or something, and we're good to go.
Ew. It's probably too easy to do. All right, that brings us to a crashing halt of FourCast, episode 96. Thank you guys so much. That was probably one of the most fun episodes we've ever done.
Excellent.
I enjoyed it.
It was one of my favorite too.
Well,
out of the 2 I've done, yeah.
I would say it is my favorite.
Yeah.
I'm going to go one step further.
That makes sense.
Occasionally, we had a nice, lighthearted approach today, Tom. I like that. Sometimes we got to do that. We got to blow the dust off those serious, hardcore, everyone's going to die predictions. And I feel like that was what tonight was for us.
That's right.
Totally.
That's right. And just don't forget, everybody, you're all going to die. Thanks, everyone. Brian Dunaway, let folks know where they can find your work online.
Sure. Go to briandunaway.com. Everything I do is on there. And do check out the Frog Pants Network, frogpants.com. There's so much great stuff. Love Film Sack. Love The Final Score. Comics Coast to Coast. Check it out.
It's good to see you're making the most of your remaining time on Earth. Dills?
Absolutely.
Let folks know all the stuff. You do a million things. Let them know some
I do
of the
a
stuff
million things. You can follow me on Twitter. I'm at Willie Dills. You can listen to The Instance, of course, with me and Scott Johnson and Terpster. I do a Giants podcast that apparently Tom Merritt's not a fan of. You can find that at torturecast.com. Listen to me Tuesday nights, 6 to 8 p.m. Pacific time on my college radio show. You can find that at ksfs.sfsu.edu. I know it's kind of annoying, but we don't have a spot on the dial. And I don't know, just follow me on Twitter. I post all this stuff there.
I
predict that all of you will follow me on Twitter in 2,000 years.
It's good that you're keeping yourself
crazy
busy
ass.
and before your inevitable death.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, my death is coming, so I figure, I got to make a lot of good 5 minutes. That way, when the time comes, I got a lot to pick from.
And just to be clear, I don't hate the Giants. I was just giving you a hard time, really.
Oh, okay, good. Yeah, I mean, aren't you from the Bay Area?
No, I'm from Southern Illinois. I'm very excited that the Cardinals are in the World Series right now.
Oh, I'm excited too.
But
my
I have
stepdad's
nothing
a giant
against
Cardinals
the Giants.
fan.
Yeah. And Scott Johnson, I will miss when you're gone.
Yeah, I don't want to die, but that's coming soon enough. I don't know what I could add to what's already been said, but I would say this to sort of repimp what has already been pimped. The Instance airs every Friday morning. We record live. Totally looking forward to this week's episode, so make sure you guys check that out, theinstance.net.
It's a World of Warcraft podcast, if you don't know. That is so fun to listen to that people who don't even play World of Warcraft listen to it.
That's right. And people who quit the game still listen to the show. So there's something for everyone. So make sure to check that out. And then Brian Dunaway and I, right after this episode of FourCast, jumping straight over to the Final Score, which can be found at finalscorepodcast.com. Right, Brian? Final Score
Is that tonight?
Show.
It's,
Sorry,
finalscoreshow.com.
finalscoreshow.com. I always forget that domain. But anyway, we're recording tonight with Nicole Spag, myself, and Brian talking video games. Got a little Diablo StarCraft action on. So that's happening as well. So much happening at frogpants.com, and they can follow me on Twitter at Extra Life.
Don't forget to leave comments at our website, fourcastpodcast.com, or send us an email to fourcastpodcast@gmail.com. Thanks, everybody, for watching or listening. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Good day.
But it's only 32 years away.
Wait.
I like to do that to Tony because, look, I'm all, what do you call it, interlaced.
Yeah, you're interlaced. You got to interweave that.
You are interlacy. Are you all going to play Elder Scrolls?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah,
you mean
totally.
you're talking about Skyrim?
Yeah.
Skyrim.
Oh, yeah. I'm preparing now for the
Xbox,
nightmare that will be
PS3,
there.
or PC?
Probably PS3.
PS3, most likely.
Tempted for PC because all the mods and stuff, but
I'm
I
thinking
don't know
going
yet.
PC, but now y'all are not going to be there. So
Well, I may.
might have to do both.
The thing is, the PC version, I mean, there's no multiplayer, so you may as well go PC or because it doesn't matter. Whatever platform you're on, there's no
I guess that's
no
true.
co-op
It's not
or
like I'm
anything.
playing alongside you or anything.
Exactly. All you'd see is, stuff on your username or trophies you unlock or whatever. But
Is that going to be on Steam?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
It's already pre-ordered up there.
That makes it for me.
I'll probably do, and you've got that hot new rig. I've got a fast PC. I think I'll probably do that, and then we get the most out of it graphically. And the mod stuff is really cool. They've always been really supportive with mod work, and I don't know if any of that's going to be any good. Who knows? But it was for Oblivion, so that game, damn it, it's going to eat us up.
Really cool.
It's going to eat us up and spit us out.
And then, of course, there's the Old Republic, too, which
Oh, yeah.
That's December, right?
some of my time.
December
Yep.
20th
20th.
for the U.S.
Yeah,
I'm pre-ordered
December
for that
20th, official.
Yeah. Are you already pre-ordered, Tom?
Yep.
Oh, did you get collectors? Or did you do the? Oh, okay. I still haven't
Scott's
decided what to
giving him
do.
the hand.
I am a sucker for collector's edition on games I love. I won't do a collector's edition for Skyrim or something like that because it's not. But like Star Wars, Warcraft, I always go for the collector's edition.
So you're
That
going to get
Diablo one looks so good.
Mists of
Oh, man.
Pandaria collector's edition.
Oh yeah, I'm sure I will. Even though I signed up for the year pass already, so I'm gonna get I'm gonna get Diablo 3 free. I'm still gonna get the Diablo 3 collector's edition. I have a feeling.
Well, did you hear? So I don't know if you heard this,
They
but
add the time though to you, right? Like
Yeah.
they give you like a 4 time or something like that extra.
Yeah,
So-
you get a 4-month. You get a 4-month credit basically if you bought the collectors. You still get all the benefits plus this 4 months extra, which basically is the cost of a $60 game anyway.
So how does
so
that work?
even-
though?
not losing anything.
So the bottom line is you are only real when you buy that collector's edition and you still have the annual pass, you basically are just only paying for the extras that are on top, the extra cost on top of
How
it.
do they validate that though? Do they see that you bought the collector's edition or something?
Yeah,
Well,
your
you got
code,
pets
the code.
associated, right? So I mean, you have to
Right.
have that for those pets.
But in other words,
Yeah,
you
you're
have to install. So in other words, I would have to install the collector's edition version of the game.
Not necessarily. All you'd have to do is register it with your Battle.net account and say, "Here's the code for that," and you're done. That's it.
Oh,
They
okay.
recognize
Just
that.
to prove that you bought it.
Yeah, that you bought it. So you wouldn't
Because
even
I
have to have it
noticed
loaded.
they do know which edition of the game you registered. Like I have the Battle Chest version of Warcraft. They know that.
Yeah. And you can even buy the basic version and then later go, you know what, I'm going to get the collectors, and it will override that and now know what you're doing. So even if you don't install a thing, it knows by the numbers. So I think the fact that they're doing that for collectors people is a really cool move.
Well, that's good because I had this problem with Cataclysm where it's like I want the collector's edition, but I want to get it. I want to start playing it that night.
Right. And we didn't know any of this stuff when we recorded Saturday. A lot of this came out in panels we missed.
Yeah.
So it's been clarified all since. So hopefully it'll make sense. But I think it's a brilliant. People are naysaying that thing, saying it's some kind of Ponzi scheme or something. I'm like, are you freaking
How is it
kidding
a
me?
Ponzi scheme?
I don't know. I don't know what is in people's heads.
I mean, it's not even like they're making you prepay for a year. All they're doing is saying, hey, if you think you're going to play for a year, just commit to it. We'll still bill you monthly. Yeah. And then we'll give you all this free. We'll give you a free video game. We'll guarantee you entry into a beta, and we'll give you a mount.
Yeah, and the coolest mount ever. And you could totally cancel 3 months into this thing, and now there's just you just don't get the benefit now.
Yeah,
like it's weird that people. I don't know. People just love to hate, dude. They just love hating.
At this point, like I've said it before, like Blizzard can't do anything that's not going to make people complain. Like, no matter what they do, they could be like, we're giving the game for free and we're not giving any microtransactions and it's going to be beautiful. And, and people will still be like, what? Now everyone's going to play the game.
Such a ripoff.
Blah, blah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's frustrating, but we'll talk about that Friday big time.
Oh, yeah. Big time. I'm ready.
The stink has been hitting the fan.
I'm so
all
jealous you guys got to play the pandas, man.
Oh,
Yeah.
man. I don't want to brag, but that was fun. It was really fun. Usually I watch BlizzCon on DirecTV, and I feel perfectly fine because I get to go to more panels that way. I definitely got to see more panels when I subscribed to DirecTV than when I was there. And I get to be in the comfort of my own home and all that. But, yeah, I didn't get to play the beta, which I did in person. That's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
And you got to hang out
the
with Scott Johnson.
Well,
So-
yeah, exactly. That was the main reason I went.
right?
I was like,
Yeah,
Scott
totally
Johnson live outside of Utah. I got to see it.
You got to see
Not
it to
in his own
believe it.
home. What is going on here?
Picture, it didn't happen.
It was all true. Well, fantastic. So, Brian Dunaway, you and I are going to go do our thing, yeah?
All right,
we gonna do that?
you guys got to go all about androids.
Yeah, we got to run.
So we got to go too. But
Yeah.
Great
Thanks
show,
for
everybody.
the show,
Thank you
guys.
so much.
Enjoy
Thank
it.
you for
Invite me
having
back
me.
before you invite Lynn back.
I sure will.
All right.
Okay, Brian, I'm going to call you in a second.